Your ref, you know, well, the whistle somewhere around here. Hey, let's get into this show. This Letitia James. I mean, I was seeing a lot jumping off in the YouTube streets yesterday, but I was real busy trying to buy that boy that tuxedo for that prom and all of that other stuff. And he had that ceremony yesterday. So, yeah, confident, intelligent, assertive brothers and the FBI woman. Let's get this show cracking. Yeah, fair use for both of my brothers out there, the lead attorney, Dennis Berlin, and a whole lot of other group of people. Man, I mean, y'all been chopping up some shows. So let's get started with the fair use on one of them. I'm gonna be in the backbone. Let's look at the lead attorney shot right here.
Letitia James.
This is the one I want y'all to check out, boy. This is my boy. I remember the last time seeing him, San Diego. And thank those out there, the wrench turners and all of y'all that helped me out with the registration package a couple of years ago when we was out there in Dago. I mean, we had a ball playing in this well, you got to figure out the crime or something, or you got to get out of the room, some type of escape game, but it was fun, escape room type of game. Until then, let's see what this baseless.
James always says that the mortgage fraud charges against her are baseless.
See, baseless. Now we're going to learn something.
Let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans, the allegations are baseless.
This is lawyer speak. I've been a lawyer for over 20 years, and I'm going to tell you exactly what baseless means, and I'm going to tell you why I think she's guilty.
Basically, my response is it's baseless. The allegations are baseless.
The charges are so baseless.
I will respond to these baseless allegations at the appropriate time.
I know you can't litigate and shouldn't be litigating just these, as you call them, baseless charges against you.
What is your response?
See, that's what she calls it. She calls it baseless. Ain't that something? They're all of a sudden baseless. What? Like baseless on the pipe or what? I don't know. Baseless. Let's hear some more about it. Fair use.
Response to that.
It's baseless.
Honored and excited that you're going to fight these charges. Glad to hear that you plan to vigorously defend yourself against these baseless charges.
Letitia James can't stop going on all these interviews calling these mortgage fraud charges baseless. You'll remember that she's being accused of lying about one of the rooms in one of her residences to get a better interest rate. She's accused of lying about where her principal place of residency even is. And she's accused of lying about her being married to her own father.
Turns out you can't have your principal residence in Virginia and be the Attorney General of New York. Turns out you can't on a mortgage form say that your dad is actually your husband, and you also can't say that you got a 4-unit property that's actually 5 units. Those are the 3 things that looks like she did over a long period of time, and yet she had the gall to go after President Trump.
All of these lies are absolutely disgusting. We Americans have to demand more from our officials, especially one who is the state's top prosecutor. No one is above the law. She said,
ain't that something? So feel free to go over there and check out the lead, baby, because when he breaks it down, he breaks it down. No one is above the law. So, but first of all, didn't we tell her the next screen is the guy, and I'm quite sure other people right in her corner, and these other attorneys. This is how it looks when you're not covered. I know she got some friends, but some of these individuals pumped her up. Oh, you're gonna get seen, you're gonna be able to write a book and all that. Ooh. But in my eyes, if they really had something on Trump, do you think they would have used someone of her complexion? Like, she came from out of nowhere. And then you got these other people out here, the AOCs and all of these, they have specific architects in a diagram of exactly what they love saying, where they don't need no script. Now they're coming into a new script. do you know the script I'm talking about where it's always they doing race baiting, fear tactics, uh, uh, let's look out for everyone, and then it overshadowed that when you got ALC talking about immigrants, but when you look in her city, it is real wrecked up. It's shit is like prostitution, whores. It probably look worse than Figueroa right out here. And to get to a place to where they say they don't want to legalize it. 1 minute, in 1 minute you hear a moment folks are saying legalize it. But get back to these mortgage frauds. I mean, I still think like, didn't you know you was already doing something, or did someone approach her and she had no other choice to go after Trump, or else they was gonna come down on her? That's how I'm looking at it. Come down on her, meaning she was already caught before she had to get into this role. So let's get on with the next video and see what else has been conquered up. And what I would like to get to over here is I'm going to flip it, and we're going to go over here to what these brothers love to talk about. Fair use. Okay? I'm trying not to struggle scream. Here I go. All right. Reports in the white lettering above her head. Report subpoena Letitia James mortgage fraud. Doc, is the game over?
In mortgage documents that she would own or occupy this Virginia home. Where, of course, she can't do that while she's the sitting attorney general of the state of New York. She has to live in New York.
What? She has to live in New York to do this? Hey, well, let's see what else is. Let's see what these guys are going to say.
Do it.
Of, okay, well, I made a misrepresentation in document A, but then I made a different representation in document B. I get it. I think it does cloud the issue, but I'm not so sure that it absolves her from the initial initial misstatement.
Yeah, and again, the question.
And then you got to remember, she's an attorney. So how are you making mistakes? Because when you're representing folks, you cannot be doing this.
Stating that, I mean, it just seems to me so incredibly dumb that it's hard to believe, right, that the sitting attorney general of New York would list her principal residence in Virginia, knowing that she's stepping into a beehive, right? I mean, a hornet's nest, whatever you want to call it, with regard to Trump. I mean, I guess I'm not quite yet giving her the benefit of the doubt, because it seems to me so ridiculous that you would think you could get away with that.
Now, in this next clip, we're going to see how this commentator believes that perhaps during 2023, Letitia James might have been feeling herself a little bit. There was a Democratic president. Yeah. It looked like the Democrats.
They put batteries, right? Look, it's like I said earlier. She had a battery in the back. She was real hype, getting on all the news stations. Wow, she's feeling famous, going on talk shows and stuff, feeling famous, having a chance to clown, convincing everybody he's racist, he's this, he's billionaire fan. They don't do their fair share. His property resident, he was like getting away with an enormous amount. Why do people think I was doing something sort of like him? That's sort of like saying self-snitching on yourself. So in other words, you or allegedly did something like him. So, feel free to go over there and check out this show right here that he's talking about. But what he's talking about is this.
Democrats maybe were firmly in control. Maybe she felt she didn't have anything to worry about. So maybe she got a little bit lackadaisical on, she wasn't as Trump tight as she should have been with all of her moves. That's the theory that this commentator has. But before we get into that clip, y'all, make sure that you're not lackadaisical with your future, with your investments, with your affairs. Y'all already know we have started our partnership with Augusta Precious Metals. They will help you shore up your IRA and your financial future by investing in gold, which is the hardest money that mankind has ever known for over 5,000 years. And I
just wanted y'all to take a little glimpse at his channel. Go over there. Feel free to check it out. It's the Paralegal Institute of Washington. So until then, let me see if I bring up another one now. This one's it's at the end. And I'm hoping with this next video, because our boy Dennis boy, his fans, there's no joke. They be sending him the hilarious shit. Excuse the French, but now I'm saying excuse the French. Wait until you hear this mess. Hey, did I bring it up? Nope. I was moving fast. Let me bag it up. Let me do like this. Let me do like this. Uh-oh, this is going to be crazy now. I don't know why I want to bring this one up. Not that one, this one. That really is not coming to save you. So, fair you.
Oh,
You don't catch a charge.
this
That's
is what they're playing at the Kamala Harris presidential rally.
Twerk some, twerk.
What?
I didn't know how these used to be a
See, this is what I was tripping off of. So here it is. You got Kamala, so-called black woman, if y'all want to try to say that. These are the people that you're trying to get us to listen to at this level? The Cardi B, the red, the sexy red?
rapper, twerk.
Y'all.
Yeah.
This is a presidential rally, y'all.
This a PSA to every black woman that raised that fucking money for Kamala. You raised $40 million in one motherfucking night for a campaign for concerts and fucking speeches.
Yeah.
So he is like on one. So feel free to go over there and check out Letitia James and the threat of the retaliation of the Democrat betrayal of their tools. See, they destroy their tools after they from it. And then the next video right after this guy goes off is Charleston White.
This motherfucker that
Excuse me. It is Charleston White. Now YouTube is used to him.
To be for his baby mama or his wife. All that rage, but anyway, I'm gonna let the brother, he made some good points. Praise Moses. We're gonna pray for him. We don't want him to pop a blood vessel, but y'all go check that brother out. Now look at Charleston White.
She went and got black itches that know how to shake their ass and pop their. She did not go get an upstanding black woman to speak to black people. I keep telling her, she did not go get upstanding black women to come talk to upstanding black people. She went and got Glorilla, talk about moose knuckles.
So he's basically pointing out the fact that Kamala Harris appealed to the lowest common denominator amongst the subculture of the black community right now. She didn't go get an upstanding black woman like some of the ladies that we have who are married, who are hardworking. She went and got the lowest common denominator. Your Glorillas, the ones out there throwing it back and twerking. That's not cool. That's not even a cool representation of black women. I as a black woman, if I were you all, I would be personally offended at that point. It would. It's like having one of these. It's like having Kodak Black come speak at the Republican National Convention on behalf of black men when there's so many other well-spoken, articulate black men. So I get what y'all.
And that's what I get too, is because representing our culture. And then I go in the store and I hear these youngsters that, they not out of high school and they giggling and laughing. In other words, it's really a joke. It's really a joke. We're being looked at as a joke as a joke when they do this. And we need to be tired of it.
But let's continue on with the rage.
Cardi B, who cheated on her husband. She went to go get Megan Thee Stallion, who done slept with over. She went and got Megan Thee Stallion, the industry hoe who done slept with over. Oh, she went and got holding bitches to try to talk to black women. My mama wouldn't dare listen to no woman that come out talking about Bodak Yellow. He said blood shoes.
And they did as he intended.
Now this did it for me.
Yeah.
Where's all my good Christian folk in here? Somebody said Jesus is Lord. I want you to remember this. Jesus is Lord. And let's hear what Kamala, the Hindu's response was.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
When they yelled out Jesus is Lord and she said you at the wrong rally, yeah.
Kamala Harris did not.
I want to give a big shout out to all the black women who did not go along with these ill-informed, lovely ladies and go for the foolishness. Shout out to all the real sisters who stood down and voted their interest and voted for family, who voted for an economy, who voted to send these Venezuelan migrants back, who voted for the protection of their children, making sure they're not going to be continued brainwashed. Shout out to all you black women, and shout out to all the black women who say, no, this woman, number one, she's not black, and even if she is black, I don't agree with her. Big shout out to you, brothers. We got to start rewarding the good black women who listen, who don't put this whole sisterhood cabal before they put the best interest of black folks in general. So shout out to them. I got love for you. Always have had. Let's keep listening to this little lady.
Donald Trump. Kamala Harris lost to Jesus Christ himself because this woman really thought that she was going to rebuke his name in front of millions and become the leader of our nation.
That's what she did.
She thought she was going to rebuke Jesus Christ.
That's what she did.
In front of millions.
She did it.
Become the leader of our nation. Are you serious? You thought you were going to rebuke the man who died and rose again.
Amen. Well.
And become the leader of our nation. You were competing
That's
against
what she did. She thought I was stupid. She thought she was stupid.
Against the king, y'all.
She thought you was stupid.
That is crazy. Somebody pray over that woman. Somebody bring her a Bible.
She don't want your prayers.
She needs to find Christ.
She got like 17 gods she prays to.
Because the fact that she was going to compete against Jesus.
That's what she thought.
She thought she even had.
And that's not. And this is what's going on. But let's get over here to this lady.
Hold on, before we do that, let me tell you something. Black women who follow along with those white liberals, just like Brother Malcolm X said, they gas you up and have you running off supporting their causes. And then they turn around to the tune of 52% and vote for Donald Trump. They do it every time. And I'm just glad that we have black women, even if it's only 9%, saying, you know what, they're not going to fool me. Stop being fooled by these white women liberals. They are quiet, okay, and then they turn right back around and turn into Karen when they get into that voting booth. So I just want y'all to think about that. So let's keep now this is the Letitia James. Somebody type Big Tish in the chat room. Big Tish. If you guys who don't know, this sister right here is the Attorney General for the state of New York, and she's been trying her darndest to prosecute Donald Trump. And she got a $480 million judgment. That's $480 million. That's $500 million. And Big Tish, instead of backing down and doing what some of the other lawyers are doing, I'm specifically talking about Jack Smith, who brought the case. She said she's gonna double down. She decided we're not backing down. We're gonna double down. So you basically made the day after this man has been elected president, you decide to get back on the internet and remind him who you are and why and all the reasons why he shouldn't like you. Let's listen to
this country to make sure that we would be ready to respond to any attempt to roll back our rights.
Rights.
So here we are.
Here we are, son.
We've studied their platforms.
We've
identified
their moves.
possibilities, fact patterns.
We've taken over the
We've
corner.
created contingency plans.
Ready for them, son.
So no matter what the next administration throws at us,
we're ready.
We're ready to respond to their attacks. We're ready to respond to any attempts to cut or eliminate any funding.
Not ready. Because if she was ready, she wouldn't be in these loops.
Now look at the follow-up.
So that's Attorney General Letitia James.
Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term. Because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen.
And that's where we really at. See, she done stepped on the wrong toes, y'all. And then they said they dare. Look, and then she gonna jump back out there as if she had something to really get. Oh, so you won, huh? Like you think I'm scared of you, huh? No, that means you was just sat up, played, and some of the other you played. You shouldn't get into rich folks' business. It's not the game that you want to play. Now, some of them Bernie Sanders and some of them, you know what? They're rich. They got some money. We probably, what we see on the internet, they network may not be their real network. So, you know, I like to say fair use. Thank y'all for showing up to the show. But man, because they be writing books, they got bigger families, they have kids, grandkids. Hey, it takes a minute to investigate some of them. And you're out here uncovered. You shouldn't even be doing nothing. You know, you should be spotty, yaddy, yaddy clean. Shouldn't be doing nothing. And unless you got one or two boos, you out there dropping it like it's hot, then maybe you can maneuver and hide things. You got a boo overseas and over here, but it don't look like so, sweetie. So, I like to say, I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. Man, I wanted to show some more, but it would drag this show. The internet is on fire. Just do Letitia